Girl, I just spilled some juice on my shirt, so my shirt is wet. You know what? It's just been a morning. Matter of fact, it's been a whole little weekend, girl. It's been a lot going on in my life, and I don't even know where I need to start. First of all, let's give it up for Ari because Ari did pass her philosophy class with a B, a high B at that. Okay, it was a very high B. I passed, so I'm super excited about that. But my mind is like all over the place. Last night, I realized that I really should not be out here in these streets without a handler. Like, I really need a handler, y'all. Because the things that I get myself off into are a little wonky and a little crazy at all times. So, y'all know I'm still dating here and there, not really going out on dates, but more so entertainment purposes, content purposes. Hello, you're welcome. Um, anyway, I started talking to this older guy last night. I think he is, what did he tell me? He's 53. And at a certain age, you would think that their libido kind of drops a little bit. Cause I find it to be like very cringy when old people are super freaked out. Like that's a little weird to me. Anyway, we exchange phone numbers, and then y'all know this time ever since I've been catfished, I'm like, nope, let me hit up the FaceTime first just to see if you are who you say you are because babes, like I'm sick of this. So he's like, okay, well, can you FaceTime me? I said, okay, fine. So I FaceTime him, and he has like this oversized shirt. The neck is like super ringed up, like how my shirt is fitted right now, but like think of it like more stretchy. You know what I'm saying? Like so I was already like, ugh. But again, told y'all my therapist says that I just do stuff. So I was like, you know what? I don't have nothing to do. I'm bored today. My son went to like a thespian concert um last night, and so he was there from like 7 to 7. Girl, he was there all day. So I was like, okay. Me and my daughter, we went out to lunch. We went shopping for a little bit. Speaking of which, I did pick up another scent. Me and scents are just crazy. But we went shopping, and I was like, you know what? Let me just FaceTime him. I don't have anything else to do while I wait on my son. And so we get to FaceTiming and we're talking, and y'all know I'm pro black, so we're talking about being pro black. He's telling me he's a PK. Y'all know I'm like a semi PK kid. My mom married a pastor that was already married, so that's a story for another day. So just general conversation that we're having. So as we're talking, I don't even know how we get on the subject of. You know what? I do. So he begins to tell me, he's like, I just think you're so pretty. And it's just here we go. Here we go. Anytime a man starts with I just think you're so pretty, I'm like, I just know that something sexual is getting ready to follow. Don't ask me how. I just be knowing like, here we go. So he's like, and I think that your feet are super pretty. I zoomed in on your feet and those are really nice. Now I'm gonna tell you, I was kind of already like, I guess disengaged from the conversation because his top row of teeth are freaking pretty. Okay, now this is from somebody whose bottom teeth, they're a little crooked. Hello. But like these two teeth kind of go inwards, but you can't really tell unless you're up on them, right? So little cosmetic, it'll be fine. His bottom row of teeth, and he talks with his bottom row. Y'all know how I talk with my bottom row, he talks with his bottom row. So I'm like, bottom row of teeth, they start here, like low how mine start, they go up and then they come back down like skyscrapers. And and then it was bothering me because he's like, I see that you have all your teeth. And I was like, yeah, like, do you not have all yours? Like, you don't go to the dentist or whatever. And he's like, yeah. He's like, no, I have all my teeth, but this is okay. Listen, okay, hold on, because I can't even get it out. Okay, listen, because I work with someone who he told me that because he drank well water as a kid here in Texas, that it kind of messed up his teeth. And so because of that, he has to get crowns and stuff like that. But there's no discoloration. I remember as a kid being in like the 5th grade, and this girl's teeth, her two front teeth were discolored, like yellow stained. And I remember her telling me it was because she drank some type of water or whatever. I can't remember, but she told me that, and I wanted to ask him that, but I remember my therapist saying, hey, Ari, stop being so blunt with people. So I did not ask the question. However, back to what I was trying to say, because y'all know I lose track of stuff all the time. Back to what I was trying to say. So what I was saying is the top row is white. You know what I'm saying? It's completely white. So I was like, okay. And if he stays like this, where the bottom row don't be seen, and he just smile like that, you wouldn't be able to tell. Well, you would be able to tell the size difference. Stay focused. Stay focused. But anyway, As he's talking with his bottom teeth, the bottom teeth are discolored. Like from here to out here. And not like a slight discolor. Like I'm talking about like a completely different shade than the top row. And it's like, that's cool. But sir, if you tell me one more time how confident, and because he let me know he's very arrogant, because I'm a fine brother where. That's what irritates me, people, because I feel like y'all really be out here telling these men that they are super attractive when they're not. And that's pretty much why I don't like to hype men up, because you tell them that and then they start talking to somebody like me and they're telling me that they're super attractive and they're arrogant. And I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 10, you might be a 5. And then now that you're super arrogant, you're kind of making it a 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not seeing what your mom saw. And I'm like, yeah, you might. This is some Elf putty primer I'm using because I need to find a different primer, because NARS is like $50 for their primer. And it's like, girl, I gotta wait till you go on sale, okay? Because as much as I love that primer, as much as I want to be a part of that primer's world, $50 is a lot for a tube, okay? Is it worth it? Yes. And I'm probably gonna give in as soon as I have a manic state. But as of right now, I'm not manic. I'm not spending nothing. Actually, I did spend a lot of money yesterday. It's not the point. The point is, I'm using this primer today, okay? All right. Anyway, he just, yeah, women, stop hyping these men up, please, especially if they don't be cute, because it irritates me. Because I find that when men, I think women too, when people constantly talk about the way they look and I'm so fine, da 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 da, it to me, I'm just like, are you though? Are you? I find for me, like, I don't talk about my look. Like, do I know I'm fine? Hell yeah. But when I'm talking to somebody, I don't talk about my looks. I allow other people to hype me up. Even when it comes to like my perfume and stuff like that, I allow other people to hype me up. So on the phone with him, he kept saying like, I mean, you're an attractive woman. Like you know you're attractive. And I said, stop right there. Do you see how I'm allowing you to tell me that I'm attractive and I'm not telling you that I'm attractive? That's what's attractive to you, right? Because if I get on the phone and I'm like, oh, I'm just a bad bitch and I'm this and I'm that, that would be super unattractive. And if it's not, then that's a red flag, because it's definitely unattractive to me. Do not tell me how fine you are. Allow me to tell you. Allow me to gas you. Allow me to hype you up, okay? I'm starting with my coffee shop palette. I know y'all tired of me talking about this palette, but listen, this palette is used in every single video. That should let y'all know I'm not easily influenced, okay? This one right here, that's the little brown I'm going to start with. So we're going to start with this as our transition shade. I do want to do like a nice sultry fall look today. I'm not going nowhere. I do need to go grocery shopping, but that's not the point. The point is back to the story. So yeah, he keeps complimenting me, and this is how things begin to turn sexually. Like, I hate when men see me and they be like, I'm their first bad bitch, and it just, oh god. So, now mind y'all, I am very blunt. The way that I am with y'all is the way that I am with these men as well. Nothing about me is going to change for a man. Okay, I'm always going to be 100% me all the time. The way that y'all getting me nowadays versus the way y'all was getting me when I first started, baby, we have been censored. We have been censored, girl, because I used to be off the chain. Now, did therapy and medication help with that just a little bit, slightly? Slightly. But I'm still off the chain, all right? Anyway, so we're talking about being pro-black, and I was telling him, he's like, oh my gosh, the way that your mind works, I'm just super intrigued and stuff like that. And what's so crazy is that people always tell me like, oh my goodness, you cuss so much that wouldn't be considered, oh my gosh, considered ladylike. Well, that's news to me, because I can't get these men up off of me. I can't get them up off me. Anyway, so he begins to tell me, he said, you're just so beautiful. Oh, snap. Scared the hell out of me. He said, you're so beautiful. And then he said, I also zoomed in on your feet, and I love the fact that you take care of your feet. Now, this is where things start to get a little strange for me, but I've learned to stop judging people, because I missed out on a lot of money back in the day by judging, okay? So I no longer judge. Hang on, I gotta find my brush. Okay, now I'm gonna use this palette. This is the Cab palette. I don't know if they still carry this, but it has a lot of fall colors in it. So this is what we're gonna be using today, okay? Anyway, girl, when he started telling me about feet, I said, oh, he might have a feet obsession. And I remember back in the day, Like, this is when Ari was still young. Okay. I mean, I'm still young, but I was younger then. I remember this man telling me he would pay me for feet pictures, and my little immature self was like, ew, that is so nasty. Do you think I'm going to say ew now? So when he said he's into feet, I was like, tell me more. Okay. What about feet are you interested in, love? Like, because I got a couple in the camera roll. We can negotiate pricing right now. I'm down. So he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I'm really like that about you. You seem to really keep up with yourself. And I know that that's not free. Ding, 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 ding. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So now you understand that it costs to look like this. I like that. You know, you old. So you understand that. You feel it. So he said, yeah. He's like, yeah, I know. And I'll be willing to pay for it. If, you need your hair and your nails done, I'm always going to keep up with that because I want you to look the best at all times. I said, oh, you speaking my language. And I might just like you. I might. I don't know yet, but I might, So, girl, this is where things start to take a turn. And I said, no, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. This is going too left for me. He then tells me, yeah, because I don't mind taking care of a woman as long as you're taking care of me. What you mean by that? What you mean by that? I said, what does that look like? Taking care of you, like emotionally feeding you. I said, I'm gonna let you know I don't cook. He said, oh, I'm not surprised that you don't cook. You don't even look like a woman that cooks. I said, wait a minute. What do you mean by that? What do you mean I don't look like a woman that cooks? He said, no, you just look like you go to work, and you're into glamour. I said, okay, well, I'll take that. I'll take that because, that is true. It tracks. So I'll let you off with that one. So then he starts saying, yeah, again, he goes back to as long as my woman is taking care of me, I was married for 23 years. And, she was taking care of me and I was taking care of her. So everything was cool. I said, okay, well, that's fine. So I said, well, what caused y'all to get a divorce? He said, I have a high sex drive and she wasn't pleasing me. I said, well, in your 50s, you have a high sex drive? Like, he said, yeah. And I just feel like if my needs aren't getting met and I'm telling you I need it and I'm asking you if we can schedule. Schedule? Is that bad where y'all have to schedule? I don't know. And maybe I'm just weird in that sense. But I'm like, when it comes to that, first of all, I don't like a man to ask me. Don't ask me. You see there's some tension here. You see there's some chemistry. You let it happen when it's gonna happen, okay? I'm not working no full 8-hour shift and then having to come home with the thought of my mind, oh my gosh, now I gotta be poked. Ew. Like if I come home, some things pop off, let it pop off, There's no men irritate me. He's like, well, I would like to ask for permission before I just do anything. And that's the problem. That's another problem for y'all. I get wanting to ask for permission, but you know what that sets off for me? It sets off that you guys are not doing foreplay anymore. Y'all going straight for the kill. Because if you try to kiss me or you get to touching and I'm like, no, then that should let you know it's a no, right? But if you're going in straight for the kill, of course you have to ask for permission because you're going straight in for the kill. Does that make sense? So he's like, well, I mean, I need that. I need that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, every day you just need it. Like it's every day. He's like, not almost every day, but yeah, like I need it a lot. That's the problem. So I'm like, okay, well, where my mindset goes. What you doing right now? Because it ain't like I'm about to meet you and give you none. Like what are you doing right now? And he's like, well, I have somebody that, I go to and so you have somebody that you can get a release from because that's important to me. Because baby, I don't need you trying to rub and touch on nothing over here because you will not be getting a release over this way anytime soon. I don't know you. I don't know you, just so we can make that clear. I don't know you. Now, if there's some chemistry, there's some chemistry. But I also feel like men who will have like a high sex drive like that in their 50s, and that's why I told him, I'm like, you remind me of like a 19-year-old who has never experienced sex in their life. Because for you to be trying to hump like y'all rabbits is crazy. Now, if you find and some stuff pop off, it pop off. But I guess for me, like certain things, I just don't be attracted to. And that's one of them. Like, I just want the flow. Just let it flow. Let it flow. Like, I've been watching Reasonable Doubt. I told you I started watching that. And the way things just be flowing, like when you know, girl, the tension be there. It's no need to talk about it. The tension be there. But if we got to talk about it 5, 6, 7, 8 times before we even get there, I don't want to do it no more. The coochie is dry. It's to dry the hell up. I don't want it, right? And so I already was like, ew, like I really don't want to kick it no more because why are we even why are we even talking about this? You know, like, nah, I'm all right. So he's like, well, I'm not saying that I'm gonna try to get some from you or that I want some every time I see you, but I do find you to be attractive. And, you know, eventually that's what I would want, especially if I'm spending money. And that's the problem. And that's the damn problem right there because y'all be spending. Hold on. Let me find my thing. Okay, I'm about to use a little bit of concealer. But that's what I told him. I said, that's the issue with that's what I find is wrong with a lot of men is that y'all do stuff not out the kindness of your heart, but just because you're expecting something in return. Like, that's crazy. If you like seeing me look nice, you should just be doing something out the kindness of your heart. Everything else is going to follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see a man doing stuff just because he messed with me on that level, like, girl, the coochie might get a little wet. You know, I might want to do some things, like, especially if you don't ask. Like, oh my gosh, a man who always has that cloud around you of just like, oh, you know, I'm doing this because I know you're gonna give me some, or keep asking for it. Like, you gonna give me some today, you gonna give me some today. I need some. Like, that irritates the hell out of my soul. I love a man who don't bring it up. If you do not bring it up, boy, the way I'm about to be all over you, like, I like that. Just be confident. Like, it's gonna happen when the time is right. You know, like, you don't have to do all that extra stuff. And he just was not like, ugh. So that turned me off. So then he asked me if he could take me out to dinner last night after we got off the phone. He's like, I just find that you're just so attractive and I just want to take you out. And I'm like, nah, because, you know, don't be trying to fill on my booty, you know what I'm saying? Or the glances that you're giving me, the way he was looking at me on that FaceTime, I was like, girl, like, you looking at me like you want to devour me. Like I'm a piece of meat right now. Damn. If I was a steak, baby, you thought I was prime rib. Damn. The way that boy was looking at me, I'm just like, ew. And so I decided I wasn't going to go. And that was probably the best thing ever. He still hit me up and was like, you want to go to brunch? No, I don't want to go to brunch. I don't want to do nothing with you, sir. I think it has fizzled out for me. Although he said that he don't mind spending and tricking, I think he would definitely be, I'm in a bind Nate type of person. So I've been thinking about kind of like keeping him around. When has there ever really been a time that I've been in a bind and couldn't bail myself out lately? I don't know of any, but I'm just saying it might possibly happen. And so if I ever get in a bind and my kids need their tuition paid, he might be around. So I don't know if I officially want to cut him off just yet. You know, let's go in with moon dust. I'm not really sure if it's going to come out right. Burgundy is pretty nice too, though. I haven't done a burgundy in a while. Let me see burgundy. No, we're gonna go on with moon dust. Let's try the moon dust. Right here on the lid. Let's try it and see what happens. It's not bad. I was a little bit hesitant because we just did all of that that orange. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that one. But it's fine. It'll work. It'll be fine. So we're just gonna apply this right here to the lid. Oh my gosh. Have you guys been watching TikTok lately? There is a lady on there and she's losing her mind, and I felt her. She's in her wedding dress, she's drinking. Her husband and she said she was single for 2 years. The lady wasn't bothering nobody for 2 years. She didn't want to date, nothing. This man shows up out the blue. She figured Jesus had sent the man to her because she was like, I've been single for 2 years, I haven't been looking for nobody, and here he comes, so he gotta be sent from the Lord. So she winds up marrying the man. The man leaves her after 5 months, cheated on her with the best friend, been buying other women clothes. Then when he leaves, he couldn't just leave peacefully. The man left and then called CPS on her. So now her kid's not even with her. So she is on TikTok losing her mind. And normally I'm not here for the shenanigans. I'll be like, listen, you need to go cry in a corner or on the therapist chair. But you know what? I think seeing that really broke my heart because I think as a woman, we have all been there. Behind a man or behind a woman, I don't know what you're into, but we have all been there, okay? And girl, it just broke my heart for her because you could tell that she really loved that man and she really wanted it to work. And then she was just like, I'm tired. And I know what it's like to just be tired. And then you spend 2 years of not bothering nobody. And here you come bothering me with the BS. All to leave me with a broken heart. And if you didn't want it and you didn't want this, then why are you messing with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Just why? Anyway, like that whole thing reminded me of Big Country, and I remember just being so toe up behind Big Country because, baby, I love Big Country. I told you I was willing to get me in my whole entire check, and that was the last time I was gonna be dumb for anybody. But it also just showed that as women, we should not be prioritizing men, and I hate that she has to find out that way. But girl, even if I was to get married, child, I wouldn't be prioritizing no damn man. They crazy. and they will make you look stupid every single time. I told y'all my ex had me look stupid right now. I think just as you know what it is. I think once you experience that type of heartbreak, you learn how to deal with men, right? In a sense that like I like you or I love you, but I'll never love you more than myself. Because even when I found out about the crap with my ex, it stung, but it didn't hurt like Big Country. You see what I'm saying? Because yeah, I love my ex. I think that's my dog. It's gonna be my road dog for life. But I also knew not to put nothing past him. Does that make sense? Like I knew like, girl, men gonna be men. Hell, people gonna be people, honestly. And so I hope that this is a huge learning lesson for her, and that she really comes out on top, because she's a beautiful girl, and I just really hate to see her go through that. Like when I say my eyes watered, baby, because I've been there. And that is also a part of the reason why I feel like as women, especially as women, you know what I'm saying, how could you take part in another woman's pain? I'll never understand it. Like women that deal with other women knowing that they're married, how in the hell could you do that? Like I told y'all, remember I told y'all this story about my mama messing with the damn pastor. And his wife came to the door and was just boo-hoo crying. She was like, get the fuck away from our door. You know what I'm saying? But as a woman who has been there before, how could you ever take any type of part in that at all? And that's why I be like, nah, I don't deal with married men. I don't deal with men in relationships. Like, I don't care that they be talking about, oh, you single until you marry. If you tell me that you're in a relationship, or I seen that you're in a relationship, let me tell you something, sis, your man is safe around me. I swear it. I swear it. That man is safe around me, honey. Even my little Horace from Beauty and the Black, as much as I think he is fine, baby, I would never disrespect his wife. Never. Never. Now, if they get a divorce, I'm not going to tell you that I wouldn't be there on the day of the divorce at the courthouse. I'm not going to tell you that, okay? But as long as y'all are married, I don't care if y'all separated, I'm not dealing with them. Horace is safe for me, okay? And I love me some Horace. Y'all know what did happen, though? Did I ever tell y'all the story about Yayo? Did I ever tell you guys about him? Oh my gosh. Yayo was an older man that I met when I was probably like, how old was I? Probably like 17. If I was 16, 17, that man probably was like 23, 24. That's why I'd be like, listen, we had a lot of predators back in my day, but Yayo was cool. I didn't love Yayo, but Yayo definitely showed me a lot of adult experiences that I probably should not have happened. Anyway, I'm bringing up Yayo because this fool happened to reach out to me in the DMs, and this is why I do not check my DMs, because there's always some BS there. Every single time I check it, it's always some BS there. This fool happened to reach out to me and tell me that I am so beautiful and I've always been beautiful, and he wished that I would have had our child. Bitch, do you think this is Nicki Minaj when she said she wished she would have had that kid and what they get? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, I don't wish it. I don't freaking wish that I would have had that kid. Sir, you already had 3 kids at the damn time. I was young. You were a damn predator, and I escaped so much. Now, let me tell y'all how young and naive and dumb I was, okay? Oh my gosh, now looking back on this, it's like, all right, you really didn't have it figured out. You thought you did, but bitch, you didn't. As a matter of fact, when I have my therapy session with my therapist on Wednesday, we're going to talk about that, because that probably shouldn't have happened. That definitely should not have happened. I should not have been talking to that man sneaking around, and I think that he definitely preyed on me. Do I want to say the whole thing was consensual? I can't fully say, because again, I was underage, okay? And then that lasted maybe until I was probably like 18, something like that, like I don't know. No, it lasted right up until I had the abortion. Yeah, when I had the abortion, that's when I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this no more. But anyway, and he paid for it too. He paid for it. He paid for half of it, and then I used the other half. But Yayo explain it, and I'm not gonna say his real name, but his name was Yayo because he was supposed to be a rug dealer. Okay, he's a rug dealer, and I met the man on the bus. It's like, girl, how stupid are you? This man is selling rugs and still riding the bus. He doesn't have a car, girl. Like, please. But I'm gonna tell y'all what pulled me in. He walked up to me at the bus stop and he was like, "What's your name?" And I told him what my name was. And he's like, "You're so beautiful." And he's like, "You mind if I get your number?" This is back when we had like razor phones and minutes, girl. And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And so we would talk. And I was never one of those people that lied about my age. I remember this guy calling my phone and he had the wrong number. And he was like, "You sound so cute. What, like, how old are you?" And I was like, 15, girl. He hurry up and blocked the hell out of me because I never lied about my age. Like, I don't even understand lying about your age. Like, you either gonna mess with me or you're not. You know what I'm saying? And so I told him how old I was. I think I might have been 16, 17. I don't remember. I might have been 16, 17. I know I was younger and I was still in high school. I don't remember that. And so we talked and, just, and this is why I say, tell y'all kids that they are beautiful and that y'all love them and show them all the love at home because what they're not getting at home, they will go out and seek. And not to say that even if you don't give it to them at home, they'll still go out and seek it, but it might be a little bit difficult if you show them the ropes, like how they're supposed to be treated. And so he was like, "You're so beautiful," and da da da, and we would have long conversations and stuff like that. And oh, we're gonna run away, and I'm gonna buy you this and all this extra stuff. And then on y'all know we had MySpace back in the day, girl. On his MySpace, he had a Maserati, and again, the man was on the bus, but he was like, the Maserati's in the shop and all this other stuff. Girl, just young, dumb, and full of cum. All right, Jesus, thank God for growth. Anyway, so we were talking, and then I remember him eventually saying, like, "I want to, taste you." And at that time, I had had no experiences. I did have one experience with my first love. I still know his first and last name, baby. When I say that first heartbreak ain't no damn joke, baby, that one stuck with me. And you either gonna become a player or you gonna become a hermit after that, or you might become a hoe. I don't know. Maybe a mixture of a player and a hoe. How did we get here? Anyway, anyway, I remember him saying he wanted to taste me, so he asked me to skip school one day, and I was like, okay. Now, looking back on it, me in my 30s would have been like, bitch, if you can't afford to come pick me up, then you don't need no damn kid. But no, I had to catch 3 buses to get to his house. I remember skipping school, catching 3 buses on my dime. He didn't even give me no money, girl. That's why I say, just young and dumb. Young and damn dumb. I caught 3 buses to get to his house, girl. And then when I got there, girl, he did his thing. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, that's what S is about. And then he was like, you're going to let me do the other thing. And I'm like, you know what? That wasn't bad. So, sure. Like, okay, let's go ahead and do the other one. Girl, this man, why did we even get here to me telling this story? It's the question. I don't even know how we got here to me telling this story. But this man, girl, the man did not penetrate me. He did not penetrate me, and he thought he did, girl, and wound up exploding by his damn self. And he was like, "Well, how did it feel?" And I'm like, "You so damn stupid." And I'm just sitting there like, I mean, I guess it was okay because I thought that's what it was supposed to be. I'm like, okay, so it don't penetrate you, like that didn't hurt at all, like that didn't go in at all, girl. I don't even know how I got here. Oh yeah, because he DM'd me, girl. And so eventually, then I got into college and, I was doing a little couple courses and stuff. So instead of me going to class, I would skip class and then go and see this man. That's why you need to be involved in your kid's life, girl. And I remember one time I was about to go and see him, girl, and my damn car broke down over there. It wouldn't start, girl. You talking about somebody's heart being in their ass? Because I was like, baby, if my mother and my stepdad have to come and pick me up, I'm gonna have to explain why in the hell am I on this side of town? Girl, I made that man. It was snowing too, because y'all know I used to live in Ohio. But it was snowing. Where's my thing at? Hold on, I gotta find my brush. But yeah, it was snowing at the time, girl. I made him literally walk in the damn snow to where I was, because I think I might have been maybe like 3 miles away from him. I made him walk up there, girl, and he had to help me fix that damn car because there was no way I could have called my parents. And I was like, if I call my parents, bitch, I'm telling on you. Like, I'm not gonna be the only one in damn trouble. We all gonna be in fucking trouble, girl. So, And then I remember him taking me shopping. Like, now that I'm thinking about that, I remember him not really taking me shopping. And this is when I knew, like, baby, you can't do that with me. You know, I want better for myself. Because he was also staying at home with his mama girl. And so when I would come over there, the mama would be at work. But again, he had like 3 different kids or whatever. So then I remember us going to like the mall, because the mall was, he used to live in Shaker Heights. That's where he used to live. Yep, he used to live in Shaker Heights. And I remember us going to like the little outlet mall or strip thing that was right there or whatever, where Macy's was and stuff. So we went over there, and I remember I wanted like these pair of shoes. It might have been some Uggs or whatever. And at the time, Uggs was like $100, $200. I don't know. And so I had asked him for that because he, again, he's this big rug lord, probably wasn't doing shit. He's probably using up his own damn supply because he didn't have nothing to show for it. Even his mama house is not nice. I'm sorry, but it wasn't. Um, and I'm like, okay, well, this is what I want. Now, mind y'all, this is what he was telling me he was gonna give me. At no point in time did I ever think that man was my man. Like at no point in time did I ever think we was in a relationship. Like I was still dating other people my age. Was I doing anything? No. He was the only person I was doing something with, like, sexually. So, but I just thought about that. I'm like, you would think if we was, sexually involved, I would have thought that was my man at one point in time. But girl, never did I ever think that. Anyway, these pair of Uggs, girl, first he told me to go in the store and look for what I wanted. Then he come in and he's like, oh no, we're not gonna be able to get that pair. And I remember being so messed up. And I was just like, I'm gonna drop you off, because at this time you're in my car, and this is when the mind started developing a little bit. Not all the way, because I still made some pretty dumb decisions, but this is when my mind started developing a little bit. Like, sir, I'm the one that drove us here, like, in my car, like, no. So I wound up dropping him off, and then I think maybe a couple months, no, a couple weeks. It had to be a couple weeks past, and I knew, bro, where is my scope at? Hang on, because I gotta find it. Oh, here we go, right here. But I knew that I might have been preggers because I hadn't had my cycle, and then I felt like my boobs was getting bigger, but I also was at the place where I was like, I'm a woman now. Like, my boobs are getting bigger. I thought I was just filling out. Like, I was happy about that, but I could tell they was getting bigger. And y'all remember Triple Crown books back in the day? This is how I knew I was pregnant without taking a pregnancy test. Y'all remember Triple Crown books back in the day? That I used to read them all the time. But anyway, I remember in one of the books, she was dating a rug lord, and they was married and had their own house or whatever, and she remembered, like, I remember her saying she looked in the mirror and she noticed that her boobs were getting bigger. She turned to the man. She was like, you think my boobs getting bigger? He's like, yeah, you getting thick, you look good. She's like, no, like, I think something's going on. Come to find out, she was pregnant. So that was my first inkling that I might have been pregnant. And I think my mom might have been checking the trash with her weird ass. Not weird in that sense, because I'm like, I understand it, but it was also very fucking weird. Anyway, I think she might have been checking the trash because I went out one night. One of my friends had asked me to go to a concert, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. So I went out one night to this concert, and my mom was like, if you pregnant, you better get rid of it before I find out. And I remember that putting like the fear of God in me. And I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get rid of it. I didn't know until I took a pregnancy test. When I tell you I took like 6 pregnancy tests because I thought I was pregnant, I was like, no, this is not real. Like, a part of me was like, no, this couldn't possibly be something real. So I took like 6 of them, and he kept coming back. First the lines were a little faint, then they was like, nah, like you is. So I was like, oh shit. So then I was like, okay, my mama told me I had to figure this out. So I called him and I'm like, hey, I'm pregnant. Like, and I'm pretty sure he gave up the money. Now that I think about it, like, he probably gave up the money because, bitch, if I'm 18, now I'm 18. No, I wasn't. I was probably like 17. I was probably like 17 at the time. Yeah, because I graduated high school when I was 17. So I was probably like 17 at the time, going into like 18. But I'm like, bitch, we gonna have to explain that you're older than me and you've been having, sex with me since I was a kid. Not really a kid, but like, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Anyway, we're gonna have to explain the dynamic of our relationship. So, bitch, you better come up with this money. So he came up with his half, and then my student loans I hit right on time, girl. And so I went up to Planned Parenthood. Shout out to Planned Parenthood, baby. And I was talking to the lady, and I was like, I have insurance, but it's through my mom, and I want my mom to find out. She's like, okay, so if you don't want your mom to find out, you got to pay for it out of pocket. I think at the time it was probably like 500. No, maybe like 7. It's probably 700. So I was like, okay, cool. So she told me how much I needed. I had got half from him, and then they also did like the test to see how far along I was. Remember I told y'all this? The test to see how far along I was, girl. It was 9 weeks, and this is how I know, because she's like, you just hit the mark. You just hit the mark. because after 9, you can't get the pill abortion. You got to go through with the, I guess, where they go in and remove the fetus. And I was like, girl, I wasn't ready for that because I knew somebody at the school who did that, girl. And I was like, she had like 9 abortions. That girl, are you rich now? That I look back on it, like, bitch, you was having an abortion every fucking week. Girl, you okay? But it's not funny. It's very dramatic. Anyway, and I think they went and got married. I think they got married now. But anyway, I didn't want to go that route. So I was like, okay, well, let me do the other route. So I did that route. And I remember like it happening. At first, like, cause my friend was with me, my male friend, that was my dog, man. We messed that up because we wound up sleeping together years later. We wound up sleeping together, and then it just went the same. Y'all remember, Music Soul Child? He was like, I just want my friend back. That's how it was, cause that was my dog, man. That was my dog, and we wound up messing that up. Anyway, yeah, I still think about him because I'm like, that was really a good friend, but we wound up sleeping together and it just, yeah, it just went down left. Damn. Anyway, I wound up going back to the house. I took the pill and, man, I'm talking about toe up. Like when I say I didn't stop bleeding for at least a good year after that, girl, it was bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. So, yeah. Like, man, my life has been a damn movie. I need to talk to my therapist about that because I really would like to know what the hell, where was my mind at that I would even allow that to damn happen? Like, that's some crazy shit, you know? What the hell was wrong with me? How did I even get there? Oh, talking about him being in my DMs. So anyway, he had DM'd me and he was like, I really wish you would have had that baby. You're so pretty and all this other stuff. Like, we should have been together. And I'm thinking, bitch, no the hell. We didn't. If anything came of that, it was a blessing that me and you never had a kid. Because I'd have been stuck and I'd have been mad as hell that I had a kid by you. Again, you had like 3, 4 baby mamas at the time anyway. I couldn't imagine having a kid by you. Are you crazy? You're insane. You're not all the way there. So no, and I was like, and then me even thinking like you having a hold on me all them damn years, like I couldn't imagine. Couldn't damn imagine. Oh, and I'd have been baby mama number 4 or 5. Girl, no thank you. No thank you. No. Mm-mm. But I also think that's probably why I had twins this go around because I do say that I be like, you did give up one, so I think that one plus another one was sent back. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thought process. I don't know. I don't know how we got here, but girl, let's move on. Let's move on. Child, thank God for grace and growth because, baby, I know my guardian angel was tired of me. I just know, baby, because I should have been gone out of all that stuff I think about. So I'm like, think about that on now, like when I'm in my 30s is crazy. Girl, you met a man on a bus and then decided to catch multiple buses to his house. Child, Jesus. Oh, Lord, just doing dumb stuff, child. Just doing dumb stuff. And at the time, I didn't think I knew that man's last name. I didn't tell nobody where I was going, not even my friends. I didn't tell them. I didn't tell them until afterwards. And I think the only thing that really made me want to do it is I remember this girl, probably like a couple weeks prior, this girl in the gym. She came in and she was like, am I walking funny? And I'm like, no, we're not walking funny. You're fine. She like, cause I had did something last night. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, me and my boyfriend, he took my virginity and it was just different, like, and I was just like, excuse me, girl. And so that kind of like curiosity killed the cat. And I was like, I kind of want to, see what that's about, see if I'll be walking different, girl. And they always say that your mom know when you done got some. Child, she probably didn't know. She probably was just going through my text messages. But I mean, it could have been a different aura. I don't know. I was trying not to walk funny. I was trying not to, but girl, yeah, that time was just what a wild ride. That's why I be telling my kids, like, girl, it ain't nothing that y'all done did that your mama ain't did. All right, your mama was a wild card. Okay, I just wish that if I had to do it all over again, that I'd have did it with somebody that was a baller. Okay, because first of all, yayo wasn't nothing. And then now y'all daddy not nothing, and I apologize for that. Okay, definitely would have been smarter if I had to do it all over again. Damn. Damn. But if y'all are out here wilding out like I did back in the day, please be safe. Please be safe, okay? Because 33-year-old me wouldn't be doing half of the things that 17 to probably 25 did, okay? And please, for the love of Methuselah, do not be bringing people home to your house. Please get the first and last name before you go out on a date. Do a background check. Do the reverse lookup of the phone number. Girl, there's so much stuff out here. Use it, okay? I just paid $20 to do background checks. Oh boy, remember oh boy I was telling you about with the big thing? Did a background check on him before I even went over there. So please be safe out here, girls. Too much stuff happening. Let somebody know where you're going. Don't be like me, okay? I was dumb. It was the mid 2000s. Girls, crazy. Life was a mess. All right. All right, guys. So here we are. This is the finished look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of content coming your way between the way that I install the wig, between the way that I roll my hair at night in order to get these curls in the morning. That will be up, as well as how I flip in between shots like this now, because your girl is learning how to work her camera. I have multiple cameras, but we're learning how to get that together. So that will also be posted as well. Just give me time, because I do have classes. The next 8 weeks is starting on Monday, so give me time to kind of push the content the way that I need. But this video is complete. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you liked it. And yeah, I'm gonna try to vlog today because I've been working on romanticizing my life. My son wants to vlog, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I gotta go. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.